Started. All right, we have head coach Chuck McBreen and student athletes Pete Gorman and Jordan Myers from Ramapo College. First, we'll start with an opening statement from Coach McBreen.
I just think our team showed tremendous resilience. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps is a tremendous basketball team. You know, when I watched film on them, for them to beat Redlands at Redlands by 2 in the conference semifinals and then go the next day or whatever it was, I think it was the next day, to Cal Lutheran, who was ranked in the country, and beat them by 1 and all. Out in Vegas, we saw Redlands play, and we felt that was the best team that we saw all year, and Claremont-Mudd-Scripps beat them 2 out of 3 times. So we knew what we were up against. Rahosi's a 6'9" graduate student that causes all kinds of problems. And Jordan was up to the test today because Rahosi had 24 and Jordan had 23. So if you would have told me before the game he would match Rahosi, I would have taken that in a second. So my hat's off to Jordan for stepping up against a big-time player. And Jordan did the same thing against a big-time All-American out in Vegas when we played Mount Union, and they had an All-American, and he had his best game of the year. So he's a big-time player in the big games.
CMS was up 27-20 with about 3 minutes left in the first half, and then your team responded with that 12-3 run to take the halftime lead. What did you talk about at the half to keep that momentum going into the second?
We just talked about that. This senior group has been together with me for the last 4 years, has 20 minutes of basketball, and the only thing that if they want to still be playing, there's a guaranteed home game tomorrow if they can find a way to win here. You know, and that's the one thing, they love playing in this building, they love playing in front of their fans. Obviously, it was a great atmosphere tonight. Hopefully it'll be the same tomorrow, so they get one more opportunity to play on their home court in front of their family and their friends one more time. So that's what we talked about, having this opportunity to play one more home game.
This is for anybody. Obviously, this is the second overtime game that you guys have played, this one obviously ending on a much more positive note. What was the mentality heading into that overtime period and then into the second overtime period especially?
We just knew that we were going to keep on fighting regardless. We've been battle tested the whole year. We've played in a few overtime games. On senior night, we played against Stockton at overtime. We ended up winning. So our mentality was we're trying to get to the next day. It's do or die for us.
All right, and then Coach, you know, with the foul outs and several players in foul trouble in those overtime periods, how do you manage that?
I'm going to be honest, I was hoping that we would get that game over in that one, because at that point I had lost my 3 of my bigs. I had lost Jordan, I had lost Shane Rooney, and I had lost Tim Linton, and I was down to Brandon Myers at rest guards. So thank God we were able to close it out. I think we did a tremendous job on the free throw line tonight. We shot 85%, and I think that's the difference in a ball game. In a game that goes to 2 overtimes, it comes right down to the wire, you know. And he was big because he struggled on the season from the free throw line. Tonight he went 11 for 14. You know, besides having the 23 points and neutralizing Rahosi and all, as far as the 24 to the 23, he made 11 to 14, and that's tremendous for him. So I'm proud of him.
I was actually about to mention Jordan. You doubled your scoring average. You got 23 points, made some of those big free throws. Can you just talk about your game mentality?
Like Coach said, I feel like when I have a big matchup, I feel like I raise my game to the task. You know, Rosie is a great player, and I just want to match his intensity and, you know, give my team a boost. And I think I did that.
Okay. And then looking at tomorrow, Mary Washington entered the tournament sub 500, but obviously coming in with 2 straight huge upsets. One in the C2C final today over a 24-3 Drew team. How do you prepare for Mary Washington? What are the keys to handling them tomorrow?
Well, we have a quick turnaround, obviously, and I'm not surprised by them winning. Their schedule might have been the toughest in the country. Christopher Newport is a national power. They're right there in the top 5 or top 10 teams in the country every year, and they beat them in the final to get into the tournament. So I'm not looking at records. You can throw that record out the window. You saw that against Drew tonight. They flat out guard. They defend, and we're going to have our work cut out for us. You know, the one thing that we do have is a little size on them, and hopefully we can exploit, you know, the mismatches in the size and put the ball inside to Jordan, Brandon, Tim, and Shane, and you know, defend and rebound, because that's what this thing comes down to all the time, is defending and rebound. So, that's gonna be a big challenge for us tomorrow if we wanna try to advance, to the Sweet 16.
Any other questions? No? All right, that's all we have. Thanks to Coach McBreen and Pete and Jordan from Ramapo, and best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Yep.